Hey, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm gonna talk about top 5
best gaming mouse.
Starting at number 5.
Razer Naga V2. The Razer Naga V2 Pro picks up where the original Pro model left off. 3 swappable side plates offering button configurations suited to a massive range of genres, making for an incredibly versatile device. At $179.99/£179.99, though, this isn't going to be one for those to dip in and out of everyday play. There are many things that separate the Razer Naga V2 Pro from the rest of the pack, but the most obvious is the design. Yes, the squat form factor takes some getting used to, but it proves comfortable after some muscle memory reworking. However, the heavier weight means faster-paced first-person shooter titles are a little difficult to work with. We found that the 134G footprint and larger domed hump kept the Naga V2 Pro from being truly nimble on the battlefield, but still provides a solid experience for everyday play. Features, of course, the biggest feature here is those swappable side plates. Changing the left flank of your Naga V2 Pro gives you access to a more traditional 2-button panel, or a 6-button array. You can, of course, also keep the massive 12-button console for full macro control as well.
Coming at number 4.
Corsair M75 Wireless. The Corsair M75 Wireless has taken over from the Logitech G Pro as the best ambidextrous gaming mouse on the market this year, and for good reason. While it's a little pricier, you'll find the older G Pro on sale for less and less these days. It bumps you up to new gen specs with a boosted sensor, higher IPS tracking, and some nifty extra DPI features. The higher dome and steep gradient down towards the main clicks means this isn't one for fingertip holders, but is particularly comfortable for both left and right-handed palm and claw grippers. That's complemented by a larger form factor that steers clear of traditionally skinny FPS-first mice as well. We found everything to be particularly well balanced, with the gentler slope towards the base of the palm centering the M75 Wireless well and providing fantastic precision. Throw in a crisp white colorway, though the gray scroll wheel does look a little cheap for the price, and 2 RGB strips down the back of the device and you've got a neat-looking pointer on the desk. It's a little heavier than some other options, especially considering this is a strictly 2-side button affair, but it never dragged in our testing. Features. Those on the hunt for an ambidextrous gaming mouse will be pleased to know that the Corsair M75 Wireless offers 2 sets of swappable side buttons on each flank. We did find the included clickers a little short, and therefore harder to find and press during the first few days of testing, but it was nothing muscle memory couldn't learn. The ambidextrous form factor does mean that you're limited to these side buttons despite there being space for a DPI slowing sniper button, for example. However, that would have to be relegated to one side or the other.
At number 3.
Logitech G203 Lightsync. Want to avoid breaking the bank? We'd recommend the Logitech G203 Lightsync. As well as being aggressively affordable, it's the best gaming mouse for those on a budget balancing a decent feature set with that low cost. We did find that chassis to be a little too small for larger hands in our own testing, though thanks to the 85G weight we were able to get along with both a claw and fingertip grip through multiple rounds of Apex Legends. It still looks great too. The design gives off a sense of quality you don't always get with mice at this price range. Between a range of different colorways and that crisp RGB light strip running around the edge of the body, you're getting more than we typically see at this price. Appearances aren't everything, but the G203 Lightsync aces that department nonetheless. Features. Beneath the shell, you're treated to a satisfying but quick click thanks to responsive switches to go with 6 programmable buttons. These are supported by an optical sensor that provides a DPI ranging from 200 to 8000. Although this isn't as high performance as other entries on the list, it's more than enough for most people. Plus, it'll still be a huge step up compared to normal non-gaming mice. Plus you're still able to assign macro commands to the 6 programmable buttons, including 2 dedicated side clickers, across the whole mouse as well.
Number 2 of my list.
Razer Basilisk V3. Unless you're playing competitively, it's difficult to beat the Razer Basilisk V3 in terms of sheer power and value. It also helps that the V3 comes in $10 cheaper than the previous iteration. The wired Basilisk carries a standard stacked gaming mouse design, with a thumb tray on the left flank for extra support and plenty of grips on each side. While a little heavier than the slimline FPS mice that feature elsewhere on this list, the V3 still feels incredible in the hand and glides through larger sweeps thanks to the improved PFTE feet underneath. A longer asymmetric form factor keeps everything ergonomic and controls close by, while the underglow RGB effect ensures the whole device looks as good as it feels. Features: that 26K DPI sensor is definitely a nice to have, though in our testing we rarely needed to dial up to that kind of level, but the main draws here are the wide range of programmable buttons, unique RGB underglow, and tactile ergonomic design. At its core, though, the latest Razer Basilisk is the same versatile pointer that we've always come to love from one of the best Razer mouse lines. With upgraded second-generation switches in each main button, an additional trigger button on the left-hand side, and a brand new smart scroll wheel, though, there are plenty of new features to celebrate here.
And number 1.
Razer Viper V2. The Razer Viper V2 Pro is a little older now, and has even seen the release of the new V3 Pro, featured below. However, its relatively low price point, now that sales have kicked in, and all-round means it's still the best gaming mouse on the market right now. The V3 model is laser-focused on its competitive edge, whereas the V2 Pro is more generalist in its approach. While the overall design language of the Ultimate remains here, there are a few smaller details that have changed to dramatically reduce the weight from 74g to just 58g. We noted lack of side grips in our testing, though stickers are provided, just in the wrong color if you happen to grab the white model, as well as the slightly shorter dome along the top. Still, this pointer slotted straight back into our hands, and we were flying across the Apex Legends battlefield in no time. Super smooth PFTE feet combined with that featherweight form factor also make this a particularly easy glide. Features: as mentioned above, this is a sparse pointer. Like the vast majority of FPS-focused devices, you're getting the stock 2-side button design here, but that's still a good amount of controls for everyday play. However, everything that Razer has left inside the Viper V2 Pro works all the better for ditching extra frills. On top of an excellent battery life, everything under the hood has been tuned for extreme performance. That means Razer's smart tracking, motion sync, and asymmetric cutoff technologies are whirring away to keep you precise and nimble with greater precision during liftoff and customizable tracking distances.
Check out this video description for latest price and more informations. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe and stay tuned.